So you might have seen this viral clip going around on the internet recently.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
She died.
It's a short clip in which Blair White talks about fat activists and how they're starting their new pursuits on some new series, or perhaps even a food video.
Today I got the big Fruit Loop.
He's dead.
Whether the starting point may be different for each video, the outcome is inevitably the same.
You ready to get supersized?
She died too.
With her stating that every single one of these activists has now passed away. An insight into a very true reality of what it's like when you put your body through hell.
Join me on my Fat Positive radio show.
Which didn't last long because she died.
I want to look though into every single one of these cases from start to finish. Who are these TikTokers and what actually happened? Because they seemed pretty certain that you can be healthy at any size, including their size too, obviously. And they went out on an absolute mission to show you that, but they're now dead. Does that not just solidify what people have been saying for years? These 4 social media influencers were swept up by a movement that claims obesity is perfectly healthy. The tragic truth is they are all dead under the age of 45. But let's rewind the video and go right back to the beginning. With the first person we're going to be talking about is a TikTok influencer by the name of Britney Sour.
Just because I'm fat, that doesn't invalidate the things that I say.
Her TikTok actually remains still up with the TikTok name Sick and Tired of Waiting. Britney here also had 475,000 followers with 11.1 million likes. On her TikTok account, some of the videos you will definitely find are dancing videos glorifying obesity, although it's to be said that she was definitely on a weight loss journey, as she seemed proud by the weight that she had previously lost.
Oh my god, I am 21.6 pounds down now.
Which obviously is a great thing, but with her weight fluctuating up and down and not losing enough is where lied the real side effects of what Britney was actually doing to her body. As she claims in other videos that it's never okay for other people to tell you how much you should eat.
Eat the fucking food and do not let anyone make you feel bad about it.
But maybe perhaps if some of the loved ones closest to Britney had done that, she may still be alive today. With the full report of talking about Britney Sour's death, here's what I found on the Daily Mail's website.
Within a week of posting the film last December, Britney was dead. Her death turns a spotlight on the controversial body positivity and fat acceptance movements that have seduced Britney and millions of vulnerable young people like her. The past decade has seen extraordinary momentum building around a central argument that being obese doesn't have to mean unhealthy. In other words, you can be fat and fit. Branded health at every size, or HAES, the philosophy has, at its heart, laudable goals. It aims to counter the multi-billion-dollar diet industry, which has a poor record when it comes to long-term, sustainable weight loss, and act as an antidote to the stigma encountered by people struggling with their weight. The idea is that rather than shame overweight people and force them to diet, they should be encouraged to embrace their bodies, find exercises they enjoy, and eat more nutritionally. But some say these philosophies have been taken to extremes, particularly on social media, by celebrating morbid obesity while ignoring its serious health dangers. The US edition of Cosmopolitan magazine was criticized for running covers featuring plus-size women in yoga poses under the headline, "This is healthy." As part of a drive to challenge beauty stereotypes, it also featured US plus-size model Tess Holliday, who at 5'3" and 300 pounds has a BMI of 53, more than double the healthy range, a decision condemned as dangerous and misguided. Self-styled fat activists, meanwhile, not only promote larger bodies as healthy, but reject decades of science which prove the dangers of excess body fat, encouraging devotees to ignore doctors who recommend they lose weight. Some dietitians backing the belief even oppose weight loss jabs such as Wegovy, also known as Ozempic, and bariatric surgery because they continue to encourage weight loss as an important part of health. One organization, HAES UK, described weight loss surgery as mutilating body parts and not compatible with loving your body as it is, and those who criticize it are labeled fat-phobic or anti-woke. Little wonder that experts have described the movement as a cult. Some say this so-called body-positive approach is also putting vulnerable young people at risk by failing to point out the unpalatable scientific truth. that obesity dramatically increases the risk of a wide range of chronic and life-limiting diseases. In some cases, they say, it could prove attractive to those with binge eating disorders, like US-born Britney. After all, she is not the only one to lose her life.
With then multiple sources claiming that Britney died on January 2nd, 2023, with her final TikTok video on her page being a rather serious one. This is what she said a few days before she passed.
I ruined my life with food, binge eating, and lack of self-care. And I'm hoping that it's not too late for me this time. I ain't been to the store in 2 years, maybe more now, I guess. I went to the post office once and that was hard. I went to urgent care and I thought my legs were gonna give out from under me, because I had to stand there the entire time after walking in. I kept just looking back at the chair and just praying that I could just make it another second until she was done with me. I couldn't even probably go check the mail right now. Between, the growth I have in my fupa, so not my apron, but my pelvic region. It's about 30-40 pounds now. I go in January to see what it is, because apparently there has been a big misunderstanding where my doctor thought I was having issues with my apron, but no, it is the growth below that I have to physically move when I walk. Anytime I roll or move or anything, I have to adjust it. And I can't wear my leggings or shorts anymore. I'm out of breath constantly. And I wish I knew the cost of eating. I wish I knew the cost of the comfort at the time that I was seeking. And I just want this to be a warning to other people that just need to hear the hard truth, that if you keep it up and you keep, gaining and not taking care of yourself and moving around and doing what you need to do, your health is going to decline. Possibly, this is my experience, but my health declined. I do what I need to do, to take care of my husband and stuff still, and I make things work, and I can do the things that I need to do, but they're very, very hard. I had to have help trimming my toenails the other day because I felt so out of breath trying to lean over and do my toes. There's just a lot that is taken away from me, and I want you to know that it's not worth it. Food's not worth your life. And I really hope that I can turn it around this time, because it's really scary how bad things can get.
Quite a chilling video, as it seems like Britney definitely realizes the seriousness of this whole situation, but unfortunately it was too late for Britney. I think there's something to be said while creating a video like this to still be respectful. As easy as it would for me right now to be like, oh, well, she changed her tune quick, didn't she? I feel like it's actually incredibly sad watching that, because again, the way that the media and social media especially portrays obesity is so strange to me. It's such an obvious indicator that is unhealthy, but yet we paint it with this strange brush, claiming that being overweight has this free pass of not having any side effects whatsoever, even though countless papers and research goes against exactly that. Not that you even really need them, as not being able to climb a pair of stairs is also quite a good indicator, to be quite honest with you. But unfortunately, Britney wasn't the only one that met this fate, as another TikToker by the name of Waffler 69, haha, that's the funny sex number, also met the same fate, with this TikToker having a astonishing 1.9 million followers and 34.5 million likes on his TikTok account. He also had a YouTube channel as well with around about 40,000 subscribers. What kind of content could we expect with Waffler 69 here? He primarily did food videos in which he would eat some of the most unhealthiest things I've ever seen. For example, have you guys ever tried Fruit Loops and thought to yourself, I hate this, and wanted a bigger one? Well, our boy Waffler 69 did exactly that.
I'm still kind of thinking maybe just a regular bowl of Fruit Loops would do.
Creating clickbaity thumbnails and titles while eating some ridiculous food. Unfortunately, we've seen this many times before where I feel like this type of a trend can become rather addicting to do. And of course, it's no surprise. If they're gaining this many followers, likes and views, what's the incentive to ever stop doing this? Imagine eating any type of food you possibly could imagine or want. While doing so, at the same time, it pays your bills. But as great as all of that sounds, is it really worth your life at the end of the day? I don't think so. Here's one article that came out shortly after his death, saying TikTok star at Waffler 69 died of a presumed heart attack, according to his brother, aged just 33 in January. Real name Taylor Lejeune. He did not flaunt his weight, but amassed 1.9 million followers by posting videos reviewing bizarre foods, including reindeer meat, tinned ham from the 1960s. Honestly, it was probably that did it, if I'm being honest. Canned ham from the bubonic plague era. Yeah, I can't imagine that could do too well for your heart. His last video, posted the day before he died, showed him eating a giant Fruit Loop in milk. I must say as well, it's no surprise when I see articles like this, when the content that they're doing is like this.
Fun fact, I bought that milk at a gas station. Oh. It actually does taste better.
Throughout the year though, other articles seem to emerge with a little bit more information. Articles like this.
My brother Taylor, he has passed away around 10 p.m. on January 11th, 2023 from a presumed heart attack. Clayton Claydorm, Taylor's brother, said in a TikTok video, he was rushed to the hospital, and I want to say like an hour and a half later he passed away. This is still pretty new. I don't know what's going to be happening in the near future, but I thought I should get on TikTok and let everybody know. Claydorm confirmed his brother's death in a message to NBC News on Thursday. He said he'd gotten a call from their mother saying she needed their car to take Lejeune to the hospital because he couldn't breathe. An ambulance ended up picking him up, and he died at the hospital, Claydorm said. Lejeune's father and a grandfather both died from heart failure before age 50. In his TikTok bio, Claydorm shared a link to a GoFundMe page to help compensate his mother, who he said had to pay for my brother's cremation, as well as the medical expenses. Lejeune grew popular on TikTok by posting videos of himself tasting a wide variety of unique foods and snacks, including canned beef tripe and fried grasshoppers. Some of his most viewed videos featured him eating expired items,
with one redeeming quality from his TikTok videos as he dresses up like Shrek, as he then proceeds to eat some marshmallows from 2010.
I don't think I want to suck on Shrek's head anymore. It's green apple flavored, okay? If these were fresh, I could see them being really delicious, like the green apple flavor and the soft and mushy marshmallow, but as far as Rocky, 5 out of 10.
Which leads us on to our third person, Jamie Lopez.
Hey dolls, it's your girl Jamie Lopez here.
She was the founder of Baby Doll Beauty Salon in Las Vegas, also an avid fat activist who unfortunately died at the age of 37 due to heart complications. She also had a reality TV show as well to do with her salon, and was a massive advocate for the belief of being healthy at any size is a true statement. As we know now, that clearly wasn't so true.
Do you guys not take me seriously as a boss because of my mobility issues?
And also has a YouTube channel with a little over 10,000 subscribers. Some of the first articles that came to light after the passing of Jamie Lopez was this article right here. Supersized salon star Jamie Lopez has died at the age of 37 after suffering from heart complications. We have suffered an extraordinary loss. She was taken to Las Vegas hospital amid health problems this weekend. The series Supersized Salon chronicled Lopez losing 400 pounds and designing her salon. The salon said that further details and arrangements will be announced soon. But I guess Jamie's biggest social media account was probably her Instagram, as shortly after her passing, this was seen on her Instagram page, with other articles going into more detail once again. From other articles from CNN this time read this.
On behalf of the Baby Doll Beauty Couture team, we regretfully announce with great pain the passing of the founder and owner of Baby Doll Beauty Couture, the legendary Jamie Lopez. The statement read, "We ask, on behalf of the Baby Doll family, that you allow us time to process this tremendous loss. Further details and arrangements will be announced soon. No information about a possible cause of death was shared. Billed as the world's first plus-size salon, Baby Doll Beauty Couture was the setting for Super Size Salon, which premiered in July. WeTV also posted on social media about the loss of Lopez. We are saddened to hear the news of the sudden passing of Jamie Lopez," the network's statement read. Jamie's passion to create a safe and welcoming environment for all women at Baby Doll Beauty Couture will never be forgotten. Our thoughts and condolences are with her family and friends during this difficult time. Lopez started her company after experiencing discrimination as a plus-size woman in the beauty industry. The WeTV series featured Lopez talking about her weight struggle, including learning to walk again after shedding 400 pounds. She shared that at one point she had weighed 846 pounds. "I was inspired by there being no place I could get my nails or hair done in Vegas that would accommodate my needs as a plus-size woman, and I decided it was time to make some changes for the plus-size women of the world," Lopez told Yahoo in 2017.
Which now leads us to our final activist that actually passed away on March 25th, 2022, Kat Paws, who was an American academic specializing in fat studies and fat activists. She dedicated her life's work talking out against people that claimed being overweight was extremely unhealthy. In fact, it got so bad that there's even this viral clip that surfaced at the internet not too long ago, where she goes onto a radio station and claims that being overweight has no correlation with an early death.
Told about obesity, we're in the middle of an epidemic, extra body weight causes, heart problems, diabetes. What do you say to that?
I think it does definitely fly in the face of what most of us tend to believe and what our common sense maybe even tells us. But I think that the science isn't actually as clear-cut as we like to believe, and there's not really quite a consensus yet about the real relationship between weight and health.
How is the science not clear-cut? Because we get these statistics about how many people die each year of extra weight contributing to things like heart disease and diabetes. So where do you see that the stats aren't correct?
Well, I think in a lot of different ways. So in terms of the stats that you just mentioned about weights attributed to death, quite often what we find is that what studies do is they'll look at people who die, and if anyone is fat in that sample, they'll say, well, they died because of their weight. When, of course, it could have been a range of things, including diseases like you just mentioned. One thing that's really in vogue in the literature right now is we see a lot of articles about what they call the obesity paradox. And this is research that's finding that obese people and even morbidly obese people have just as good of health or sometimes even better health than people who are in the healthy weight ranges. So they're calling that the obesity paradox.
Okay, so are you saying now that being overweight or being obese isn't necessarily a bad thing for your health?
I'm saying that there are healthy fat people just like there are healthy non-fat people, and there are probably unhealthy fat people just as there are unhealthy non-fat people.
Which is absolutely wild. Even from this short video, I'm sure you guys have probably made the connection around about now that there's something a little bit off with being this overweight and having an early death. It's not rocket science. Now, as far as her death goes, on what were the causes of it, I actually found it quite hard online to actually find a cause. Every article I clicked on, even the ones that said a cause of death, they just all state the same thing, that Kat Paws just peacefully died in her sleep. Now, we could speculate for those reasons, and I'm sure you guys would probably be correct, but there's no solid evidence online, so I suppose that's just how we're gonna have to leave it. With that being said, all of these cases today are honestly extremely sad. I wish more people knew about the dangers of being overweight and would actually open their eyes to it, instead of just pushing it to a side as they filter through articles online that just agree with them, because unfortunately it does start to become quite dangerous when you ignore the real facts that being overweight is extremely unhealthy for you. If you guys wouldn't mind sharing this video around, or even perhaps leaving a like, as it helps out the algorithm, making more people see this type of content instead of the fake sources out there telling us health at any size is correct, would honestly mean a lot to me. With that all being said, I hope you guys found this video interesting and informative. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.